Hello gamers, and welcome to a very special Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I'm continuing my exploration of Ward the trading card game. But this is kind of a special episode because the folks at Ward reached out to me and they saw that I played a lot of solo games on my channel and they've been watching. And they have these great Bods Battle Decks coming out very soon, and they asked me if I was interested in featuring them on the channel. And I said, absolutely. And now letting them know what I think. So I said, absolutely. They sent me two of them. They sent me their first two. This is their common one. And there's going to be, I think, 6 decks, one each to their rarity that corresponds to the rarities of their cards in the Ward the card game. So this one's a common and this one's the uncommon. And of course, then they're going to have, the rare, legendary, mythic, all that stuff coming out. And I'm pretty excited about that. One thing I want to say up front is that they sent me these decks, but they did not pay me anything else. I know I have to pay paid promotion on this video, but they didn't pay me anything. They did send me the decks for free though, for me to try out and share with all of you, and I'm very excited to do so. Also, they featured the Frog King on their tutorial video, which I have linked in the description below. And so I opted not to play the Frog King, and you can check out what that deck looks like in the video at the link below. So since they sent me both of these, I decided that I was going to play the Knight of Ember uncommon deck. Now, I have opened the deck. I have sleeved the cards because, I'm a sleeve freak. I have to sleeve cards. And so I really like the box. Okay. Looks like a comic book. And it's really cool. Their artist is amazing. The other thing they wanted me to tell you is that this may not be the final form of the product. These are just the preview copies, and there may be some changes made to the cards, to the box, to whatever, before they send it out. So I wanted to make sure that we all were aware of that. Now, this says difficulty for 2 to 3 players. And so what these Bods Battle decks are a way to play a co-op or solo. Now, the Frog King says players 1 to 2, and the Knight of Ember says 2 to 3. Those are pretty much suggested numbers. I have been playing against the Knight of Ember. I played several practice games to make sure I had a feel for the way the decks work. And I will say I have not won. It's really hard. But it's fun, so that's great. But you can play these solo, and one of the main reasons they sent them to me because I am primarily a solo player, especially on this channel. And so this has been a really great opportunity to show my solo chops and my Ward chops too. So what comes in the box? So you get a 35 card deck. That deck includes his magic cards and him himself. So here is the Knight of Ember. There's also an information card that has a little bio on there, and it has normal, hard mode, and nightmare mode things that you can do to make this even harder on your group if you wanted to. I don't suggest doing that until you're really, really ready to go. So this is the Knight of Ember. He's printed with armor level 8, speed 5, and a hit point 600. He does the Ember Dance attack. That's 4 damage dice plus 7, and he has plus 7 to hit, of course. And this is his deck that's going to reinforce him and allow him to help fight you. Now, I've never really been a how-to channel, nor am I a review channel. However, this video mixed together with me, I'm going to play this deck. I'm going to play against this deck. And as you watch it play, you are going to figure out how it works. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below, and I can answer them to the best of my ability. Or you can also kind of get an idea of what I like about it, what I don't like about it, if anything, that I don't like about it. The Ward folks they wanted honest feedback and so forth, so I'm going to give them to you and to them as we go. I have been texting with the folks from Ward as I did my practice games, make sure I got the game as played correctly as I can, and I think I'm playing it right, and I'm pretty excited to share it with you. Now, this guy has 600 hit points. The hard mode suggests you can make him not 800, 900. You can make him 900. That's if you're playing like with two or three of you. Maybe you want to do that if you want to make it a little tougher. But I'm going to tell you right now, I played it at 600. I didn't even come close to scratching the surface with the decks that I have. I even built a few decks in between, like shuffling in cards and out of cards to try to make it into a challenge. And I couldn't even, I did damage to him. I hurt him, but man, it's really hard, which is, that's fun. So for this video though, I'm only going to play him at 300. Just maybe for expedience's sake, plus I played several games with him at 300 and I got him down below half once or twice, and that was it. He destroyed me. Now, granted, I may not be the best deck builder when it comes to Ward, the card game. And so I think also it really, really, really matters what you do with your deck. In fact, if you're playing with multiple people, you might want to have one guy or one person that has a deck that it does certain things and another deck does certain things, because you're gonna need it, right? You can solo against this guy. Even in their tutorials say you could solo against the one that's above this one, but I'm sure that hit points are even higher than 600, and they say you can win, and I'm like, okay, but you'd have to really specialize the deck to win. And I have built a deck I think, based on my plays, might at least give me a fighting chance. But like I said, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to keep him at only 300 life instead of 600. When your cemetery gets to 300, you lose. So there you go. There are certain rules for if you play multiplayer, but since I'm primarily a solo channel, I'm just going to talk to you about this as a solo experience. Maybe somebody else out there is going to do some co-op, or if I can get Surf Monkey over here, maybe he and I can co-op on video and show you what that looks like. But for now, I'm not going to comment on that because I didn't play it that way. I'm only going to play the solo version of it. Me versus the Knight of Ember. Alrighty, so let's set these decks off to the side here. I have a discard pile. Okay, good. I'm going to have to shuffle that. I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure I interpret the cards correctly. I asked several questions and I got them well answered. But, things can come up in the game, and I do apologize if I get something wrong, but hopefully the Ward folks can correct me in the comments below. But I'm hoping there's not too many corrections to be made. Now, I'm going to play my deck against them. Get my deck together here, and we're going to go. It's a 30-card deck. I mean, pretty much all the rules of Ward apply. There's a few different things you're going to notice as we play. That the boss cards that have to affect him, they could be possibly negated. You have to roll a d6 if a card directly affects the boss. If you roll a 4, 5, 6, that means it actually is going to affect him. If it doesn't, it fizzles, including the abilities of the creatures too. You also have to roll that as well. So that's one of the differences between the Boss Battle decks and regular Ward. All right, so let's get to it. The boss always goes first, so he's going to play his first magic card, and it is Force Fire. On the boss's turn, all players must roll 1 die. If any player rolls a 4 to 6, destroy this card. If any player rolls 1 to 3, do 10 damage to their primary creature. Now, that's going to be, so it's on the boss's turn. I'll roll it now. I don't have a creature out, but 4, destroy the card. So I don't have to worry about it for now. That was kind of an advantageous pool. Now it's my turn. I shift the card, as you know. I like to do that to indicate whose turn it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I can put out my Entry. Now, the Entry, he has an ability. This creature is unaffected by creature effects and magic cards. This creature inflicts 2 times damage to any creature holding a weapon. So this is a pretty good card to put in this deck, and that's why I did it. This guy has a weapon, so I'm going to do double damage against him. And his magic cards are not going to affect me. If he has a magic card that comes out, it's going to affect me. And they do exist in there. Then I'm going to play out Bull Power on my Entry. And that will increase pretty much everything. Attack bonus, hit bonus, speed, and armor level. And so that is my turn. No attacks on the first turn, just like in regular Ward. And I pass it over to the Knight of Ember. He plays a magic card. He has a Minotaur Bodyguard. So this card is going to take next battle damage to change the boss. It has this nice green border around it to indicate that it is the uncommon boss, and that every card that's in the Boss Battle deck has boss right there in the bottom left to indicate, you know, that it is from these boss decks. So there you go. All right, so the boss always attacks on his turn. So we're going to compare the speed. My speed with this bull power is 3, his is 5. So he's going to attack as he initiates the attack. 2 dice plus 7. Ooh, he wounded himself. He took a chop at that tree, and man, it did not happen. All right, so now it goes to the Ent. The Ent's going to attack. 2 dice plus 8 to hit. And rolls a 7. That's a 15, well over his armor 8. So he hits. I'm going to roll damage, but it's not going to matter that much. So it's 1, 7, and 9. But this card take battle damage, the bodyguard goes away. So that now switches to the entry. I draw a card, and I got my Sword of Light. Everything is coming up roses in this battle, so that's great. So my, my hit is now plus 5. My damage rolls plus 5. Plus the 6 here as well, so that's plus 11, plus 11. I roll an additional die to hit and an additional die to attack for damage, and my speed and armor level are as well boosted. Now, I am going to initiate an attack. So, his speed is greater, so he is going to come at me because I only have a 3 speed with my bull power. And so he's going to attack at plus 7. Oof, almost critted me. That would have been bad. So, all right, so 18. All right, so my life is at 40. So he hit, and now he rolls 4 dice plus 7 damage. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, in my practice games, every time the boss rolled damage, I would say 9 times out of 10, there was at least 1 6 rolled. All right, so that's 10, 17, 24 damage, which is ouch. All right, now I get to strike back. So I get 3 dice to hit, and I'm hitting at a plus 6, plus 8, plus 11 to hit. So that's 8, 19. So I hit, and then damage. I'm rolling 1 die here, another attack die thanks to the Sword of Light, and I'm at plus 6, plus 8. Plus 11 total. All right, so 5. That is 16 damage off of the Knight of Ember. All right, so play passes to him. He plays a magic card. Twister, destroy all magic cards on the field. All players draw 2 cards. Then the boss draws 2 cards. Well, that was advantageous. However, yep, okay. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Good, 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 good. Not great, but good. And then he draws 2 cards. Smokescreen. So my primary creature till the boss's next turn can only roll 1 die. And then Flame of the Infinite. All creatures under the boss's control, which as of right now, I believe is just him. I assume he's under his own control. 5R, he's got a lot going on there. Wow. If destroyed, deal 30 hit point damage to the boss. Okay. So it is his turn. He is now going to attack me. His speed is superior to mine, so he's going to attack. 4 plus... Oh, he gets to roll an additional die to attack. Oh my gosh, that's terrible for you. I really feel bad, let me tell you. 5, 12, he hits. And now he's going to roll an additional... He rolls 4 dice plus an additional 1 for this Flame of the Infinite. And he's getting 5 damage there, plus 12 to this attack. And that's going to be enough to end me. There's that 6 again. So that's 12, 17, 19, plus a lot. That's enough to kill me. So my poor Ent. Equipped to the player's primary creature. Oh, creature's unaffected by effects of magic cards. So the Smokescreen wouldn't have affected him at all. Anyway, so it's gone now. So there. Now, I have a creature in my hand, but I can't cast it. So that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means I have to shuffle them back into the deck and draw 5 cards and hope that I get a creature that I can play before we move it on to my turn. All right. So my cemetery now has 40 damage in it. All right. All right. That Flame of the Infinite is a problem. Okay. So I'm drawing 5 cards. Oh boy. So I drew 2 monsters that I can't. I can cast the Bronto. So that means the Aqua Dragon's going to have to go into the cemetery. So that is, it's risky when you play those big creatures. All right. So I play out my Bronto. Now I believe it passes to my turn. So the Bronto. So I'm going to play Evil Queen and destroy the Flame of the Infinite. And he is going to take 30 hit points. All right. Thank you, Evil Queen. Now I'm going to attack with my Bronto. My speed is 1, so he is going to attack me first. And 7, 14, he hits my armor class 11, and he does 4 damage dice plus 7. My Bronto is at 110 hit points, but not for long, because he's going to be rolling some damage, boy. Let's see. All right, here we go. And he rolling 7, 8, 9, plus 7 is 16. I'm going to take it. All right. Now I attack back. 2 dice plus 7. 3, 10. That's enough. And I roll 2 dice plus 7 damage. That's 7, 14 damage. All right. So that was a semi-eventful turn. His turn now. Magic card coming into play. Oop, he's going to be protected from damage this turn. He's going to attack me. He has a better speed, so he attacks. 8. That is 15, so that's a hit. 11, so he rolls 4 dice plus 7. And he rolls 10, 12, 13, and that would be 20 damage. So I'm going to play this card from my hand when the opponent finishes their attack, negate the attack, return the damage back at the attacking creature. Now, I think that this card is targeting the attack and not him. So I'm not going to roll to see if it affects him, even though he's going to take damage from it. However, this card does, because this still counts as battle damage in my estimation. So his Minotaur Bodyguard is going to go away and no damage is dealt. And now I get to strike back. And I got a 6, 13, so I hit, and I do 2 dice plus 7, and that is 14. All right, so now my turn. Put out this magic shield. Block the effect of the next magic card that targets the equipped creature. Once used, send the block magic card and this card to the cemetery. Okay, so now it's my turn. I could initiate an attack, but he will do some damage to me. So that'll be 2 rounds of damage instead of 1. I have no other tricks that can help. Because he will attack first, but then I'll attack him. But no guts, no glory. And this guy's a really good chance of hitting, so we're going to do it. So he attacks me first. That's 4. That's 11. So he just hit. He just hit. So that's 4 damage plus 7. And that is 5, 7, 13, 20. I don't have any other tricks. All right, and I strike back 2 dice plus 7, and that is I hit him, and I roll 2 dice plus 7 damage, and that's 5, 12 damage. All right, so play passes to him. He plays one of his cards. I can only roll 1 hit die to attack him on this turn. Wait, this blocks the effect of the next damage card that targets the equipped creature. That is equipping him, so they both go away. Okay, he's going to attack because he has to. He is first because I'm slow like a dinosaur. 7, 14, that's a hit. And then that's 4 dice plus 7 damage. Woo! 7, 10, 12, 19 damage. Ouch. All right, and then I strike back at plus 7. That's 6, 13, that's a hit. 2 dice plus 7 damage. Nice. Good solid 17 damage. All right. Play passes to me. What can I draw? Yes, extra damage. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to initiate an attack. I don't care. He's going to attack me first. He hits with a 14. He does 4 dice plus 7 damage. And he gets 10, 13, 20 damage. And then I am going to strike back. 5 plus 7 is 12. That is a hit. And I do 2 dice plus 12 damage now. Nice. 24 damage. That is solid. Oops. All right. And now, back to him. Magic card. Additional plus 20 damage to the boss's next attack. Flame Sword. Woohoo! All right, so he is going to initiate an attack. He attacks. 7, 14. That is a hit. He rolls 4 dice plus 27 on this attack. 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. Ouch! Almost the end of our poor dinosaur. Now I strike back. All right, I hit, thank goodness, and I rolled 2 dice plus 12 damage. Nice. 21 damage. All right. Now, passes to me. I draw a card. All right. I'm going to, if I initiate attack, I lose. I don't have another creature in my hand. If I pass to him, he's going to attack me and kill me anyway. He's still going to attack and kill me. So I might as well initiate the attack. He attacks. It's possible he could miss me, but I doubt it. Yeah, he hit. And so that's all. You get plus 7 as it is. I mean, it's plus, here. Yeah, so he killed me. All right, so that's 110 into the cemetery. So things are getting a little hairy here. All right. All right, so I do not have a creature in my hand, so I have to shuffle 2 cards into my deck and draw 2 cards to see if I get a creature that I can bring out. Yeah, so I think you really have to really think about if you're going to commit to playing this. I think at least against the Knight of Ember, you really have to commit to putting together a deck that can stand even a small chance against him. I think against the Frog King deck, you might be able to play whatever you want based on what I saw in the tutorial on their channel. Maybe even just a starter, a couple starters, But so I think that you, yeah, that's what you can do. All right, so I got to keep rolling shuffling and drawing until I get a creature I can bring out, and then I will pass turn over to the Knight of Ember, and we'll see what he has in store for me. Nothing good, I can tell you that, folks. Nothing yet. All right. When I'm usually playing solo, I'm not going to do it for this video, but when I'm playing solo, I just kind of go search. I just pull off the top of the deck to be able to find a creature that I need, no matter how many I had. And then if there's more cards in my hand beyond that, I shuffle the rest together and draw up to that many cards beyond, or up to the creature, just because sometimes this takes a while. Okay, good. So I got a beaver, and I have this Minotaur Bodyguard in my hand, which will come in handy. And I've already initiated attack this turn, so this is going to now pass over to the Knight of Ember. So let's see what magic card he brings before us. Forest Fire. On the boss's turn, all most players must roll a die. 5, 6, I destroyed it. Well, that was a little piece of luck. All right, he's going to initiate an attack, and he hits my poor beaver. Poor little guy. And he's going to kill him, I think. I got 10 life. And, yeah, dead. So that's 10 there. So I'm 270 in my cemetery. I don't have a creature I can do, so I have 1 card. The beaver was in there as fodder for other creatures. I never expected to draw him just by himself. All right, so I got to shuffle the Minotaur Bodyguard back into the deck, and I got to draw 1 card to see if I can bring him out. Yeah, the beaver is mostly a sacrificial lamb, if you will. Sacrificial beaver, I guess. I don't know. So 1 card. Nope. Yeah, I think I'm going to do my house rule just because otherwise I'm going to be drawing cards till the cows come home. There we go. Vampire Orc. And I only had 1 card, so 1 card it is. Shuffle the rest in. Now, he has an ability. Add your opponent's current primary creature's modifiers card. Technically, in my book, that is not targeting the Knight of Emperor. Knight of Ember, it is only buffing himself based on what he sees. So he's at a plus 11. So he's a very good card to have in this deck. All right. So now it is, I lost track. Yeah, Forest Fire came out. Now it's my turn. Okay. And I'm going to put this Epic Helm on my Vampire Orc. So he has plus 15 to hit and an armor level of 10 now. So speed-wise, I'm initiating attack. I am faster. All right. I only have 30 hit points, but I got to make this count. So I attack first. 2 dice plus 11, 15. So unless I roll Snake Eyes, I can't miss. Okay, so I hit. Now I'm rolling 1 die, and I'm getting plus 11 to this damage. So that's 14 damage. All right, he strikes back. 2 dice plus 7. He hits. 4 dice plus 7 damage. Might be able to finish me off here. He did. Oh my goodness. 21. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm laughing too hard. All right, it's good times. 12, 9s, 21, 28. Oh, almost killed me. Oh no, his speed just increased to 8, which is better than mine. And his armor level is now 11, which is crazy. All right, he initiates an attack. His speed is now greater than mine, so he attacks first. And that's 5. 12, that's a hit. He does 4 dice rolls. Oh wait, my armor level is a 10. 12, that's still a hit. All right, and then, oh my gosh, 10, 19, plus 7. And yeah, so I die. That takes me exactly to 300. And I have lost against the Knight of Ember. So that was Boss Battle Deck. So, you know, I only took him on at 300 life. I didn't even get him down below half. Like I said, you're really going to have to think about your deck before you play these. Or, you know what, just play the Frog King. And maybe in my next video, I'll play the Frog King against them and just show you that deck as well. I just wanted to feature one of their decks, show you how it works, and let you know that you're in for a really fun time, but a really challenging time too, which is really great in a solo game, right? I guess I could talk a little bit about what I like and what I don't like. I guess I like everything about it, and there's not much I don't like. I think as far as I don't like is that it's you really have to, at least for against the Knight of Ember, I think you have to be a little bit more experienced war player, and I think you have to have a nice selection of cards to be able to build a deck to even give you a chance to take them out. And I think you have to be very, very cognizant of that. And that's a solo game against Knight of Ember. Of course, if you're taking 2 decks up against him, but he's at 600 life, you know, I guess it's pretty much the same thing. You'd have to really talk about how you put your decks together. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Now, as a solo player, I am going to cheer the day that I take out the Knight of Ember. In fact, I'm probably going to be thinking about exactly, based on the cards that I have, the best way for me to be able to take him out. I already have in this particular deck lots of anti-magic stuff, because pretty much that's a lot of his deal, is the magic cards that come out and really mess with you. And I also have enough buffs in here. I have some buffs in here too. I might need to balance more buffs with more of the magic cards. And I have the Aqua Dragon in there, but as you saw, I wasn't able to get him out, and that could be an issue. I only have 1 Aqua Dragon. I have a bunch of some smaller and some medium creatures in here. The smaller ones were meant to be fodder for the Aqua Dragon and my bigger creatures. Anyway, so that's kind of my analysis on that. I mean, it's really fun, and it does. I guess the difference between playing like how I play solo against just 2 decks against each other, which I think works really well anyway. This is a different kind of challenge than that. Plus, I guess one of the downfalls of playing against another deck solo is that you have to, you pretty much have to play like lightning cards against yourself, and kind of pretend, but that doesn't happen that often. But when it does, you know, it's just, if it's the best play, I play it, you know. Now this, though, that takes part of that decision making out, and that makes it better. I think where this is really going to shine, I think it is good for solo players, especially if you get the Frog King. I think the Frog King is going to be the solo player game of choice. But, you know, if you want a really good solo challenge, obviously you can take this guy on and move on to the other decks as well. I think the other two, the legendary and the mythic decks, there's no way you're going to be able to beat those solo. I doubt it. Even if you put them at 300 life, I just don't think it's going to happen based on what I'm seeing out of these decks here, out of their tutorial video and out of the Night of Ember. So I think if you're a solo player, I think Frog King is the one you're going to really want to get, right? Yeah, you can make the Night of Ember 300, but I think a lot of his cards are built to kind of really mess with you a little bit more than what I saw out of the Frog King deck on their tutorial video. Now, if you're a co-op player, or if you know, I think I'm going to buy all these decks because, you know, Surf Monkey and I can play. My son, Applesauce Rex, when he gets home from college for the summer, he and I can gang up on the Night of Ember here, and I'm going to buy all of the decks anyway. And we'll get gang up. We'll start at like the Frog King, and then we'll move all the way up the decks once they come out. But I also am going to take it to my game society that I run at the high school where I teach, because, you know, I have several, like just this past week we had game society session, and I have 4 kids playing Ward, playing the 4-player, you know, like basically it's like 2-headed giant kind of game based. The Ward guys have a video on their site that shows how to play 4-player, and that was fun. The kids had fun, but I think this time now, I think it'll be better for them to be working together against something instead of having to go against each other. So I think that's going to be really fun. I'm definitely going to be taking this to my high school for game society in 2 weeks, and introduce it to them and see how they do against the Night of Ember. Might start them out on the Frog King. I have to provide all the decks, so I'm going to have to put together some decks I think that are going to play well against both of these decks, really. So, all right, so that's that. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I didn't go through every card in the deck because I want you guys to have a little bit of surprise for yourself. You know, I want you to a little bit of discovery when these things come out, right? And I'm probably going to make another video where I play either against the Night of Ember or the Frog King, and you'll be able to see more cards come out at that point. But yeah, so overall, I really, really do enjoy this. It is a co-op player's dream, and I think the Frog King deck is a solo player's dream come true if you want to just sit down, throw down some cards, and have a really good time. So with that said, let me know again if you have any questions on comments. I'll do my best to answer them. I want to thank the Ward folks for sending me these decks and giving me this opportunity. I'm honored, and it was a pleasure. It's a lot of fun, and actually I'm probably gonna go play right now off camera and see if I can take it down. I don't know, or maybe I'll film it and we'll see. All right, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support of my channel. Once again, thanks Ward Trading Card Game folks for giving me this opportunity. It means a lot to me. All right, so thank you so much. Till next time, keep on rolling dice, slinging cards, and playing games. Mage Hammer out.